Coming up on the bench, Syracuse football took full advantage of its bye week. The Orange got back seniors Ravion Pierce and Antoine Cordy, and they could go back to the drawing board before facing a struggling UNC squad. And an unlikely hero took over in the Carrier Dome on Saturday.
And it wasn't just football dealing with that Southern charm. All the sports on the Hill had a Carolina-heavy schedule this past week. Men's soccer took on NC State in a thriller that you don't want to miss, then went from the Wolfpack to the Tigers playing down in Clemson in the Carolinas in another great ACC matchup.
And the volleyball team continues its homestand against a pair of teams from, wait for it, North Carolina. And Polina Shamanova was excellent as usual. We've got all of that and so much more. Take a seat. On the Bench starts right now. And the two teams hadn't faced each other since 2003. But the Orange and the Tar Heels didn't disappoint because this game had a little bit of everything. Now don't let that fool you. This game did have a slow start, but I hope you didn't take the under. Early first quarter, first possession for UNC. Daz Newsome, 6-yard skirt around the edge for a touchdown to put the Tar Heels up 7-0, and the Orange would find their answer late in the second quarter as Jamal Custis with the catch down to the half-yard line, and Zach, from there, it's your boy.
Oh, you gotta love Chris Elmore. He got a bunch of carries last year as a freshman, mainly been a blocker as a fullback or a tight end this year, but it's good to see them giving him the ball.
And you want to keep giving the ball to more running backs when you're taking a 13-7 lead in the halftime, but the Orange kept it in the air. Jamal Custis, again, on a long ball that time around, and that would set this up. A 16-yard quarterback draw for Eric Dungy to put the Orange up 20-7. But at that point, here come the Tar Heels, and it all started with the running game.
Absolutely. Their running game absolutely shredded the Syracuse defense. But the one thing that really caught my attention had to be Syracuse's special teams. They've been on point all season, especially in their efficiency. But on this play right here, you're going to see they give up a touchdown to UNC, which is absolutely uncharacteristic of what they've been doing all season.
Yeah, and another uh-oh that would come along would be on the offense, and it would be Mo Neal in the red zone. At this point, the Orange and the Tar Heels are neck and neck. Fumble, and that would be recovered by UNC for a touchback, and the offense just seemed to screech to a halt, and suddenly UNC is up now with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and Zach, it isn't the first time that the offense had had some struggles.
You're right. Well, you see, we saw the good of Eric Dungy, but then he hit the bad and the ugly really quick. You can see right there the incompletion, and look at those drive results. There was a touchdown, sure, but then punt, 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 punt. Sounds like a Drake lyric.
Basically,
exactly, but basically nothing good was able to happen for the Orange until they had a changing of the guard.
And that change of the guard came at quarterback, and it was Tommy time. How about this? Ice in the redshirt freshman's veins. Less than 2 minutes to go in regulation. Another long ball to Nykeem Johnson. That would tie things up in regulation at 27 apiece. Now let's take you to overtime. First OT, Syracuse with the ball. 25-yard pass to Jamal Custis. Posting up against that corner. UNC would be able to match that touchdown, take it to a second overtime. Syracuse could win it with a touchdown, and they did. Ravion Pierce, after an upper body injury, wins it for the Orange on a pass from DeVito. Final score 40-37 in favor of the Orange. And what a game it was as Tommy time paid off in what became quite a high-scoring affair. I hope you didn't take that under. Eric Dungy added 225 passing yards and a rushing touchdown before the QB swap, and it looks like a QB controversy could be brewing on the Hill. But Tommy DeVito says there was nothing but encouragement on the sidelines on Saturday. Technically not a loss. They're going to keep putting that to the test against Clemson. Now, this was on Tuesday. Let's take you right into the 13th minute. SU's Sondre Norheim takes down Robbie Robinson. What a name. In the box. PK awarded to the Tigers, and Tanner Dietrich drills it. 1-0 Clemson at that point, and they would take a 2-0 lead into halftime. And in the 53rd minute, the Orange comes to life. Hugo Delamel on the corner kick, and Len Zugner heads it in, and that would cut the deficit in half. But on the other end, in the 80th minute, this looked like the dagger. Adrian Nunez scores off the far wing to make it 3-1 Clemson, but just 2 minutes later, Massimo Ferrin, can you reach this for me? Top shelf on that goal to make it 3-2 Clemson, and in the final minute, Syracuse would have a chance to tie this up. A free kick from Delamel. He always gets such great placement on those balls, but Ferrin can't put away the header as it's knocked away by George Marks as Syracuse loses for the first time in October. 3-2 is the final, and what a tough break for the Orange. Take a look at those conference records. This was a game that easily could have gone the other way, and it wasn't for a lack of chances. Syracuse had 13 shots and 7 corners, and on the other end, Hendrik Hilpert didn't have a single save. SU has one more chance to pick up another ACC win this season. They're hosting Boston College for senior night on Friday. And one down, one to go against North Carolina teams in the women's building. NC State coming to the Hill on Sunday, and it would be all orange again early in this one. How about this in the first set? Nice set and a nice attempt here by NC State, but Polina Shimanova with the dig, and no one from the Wolfpack can get to it. That was on the way to a 25-9 first set victory, but the Wolfpack had an answer. Tenny Sopitan. Confusion on the SU bench after that play. Might have been out, might have been in. Either way, NC State gets that second set, and then the Orange had an answer once again. Great fake by Oyewale, and here comes that freshman again, Polina Shimanova. She had over 20 kills in this one, and in the fourth set, not one tandem block, but two. Oyewale and Elisada both times, and that would do it for the match as Syracuse takes that fourth set 25-23 and takes the match 3-1. And the wins just keep on coming for Syracuse volleyball. Junior outside hitter Kendra Lucas played defensive specialist in both matches because Aaliyah Bolin was out of the action. No matter though. Per beat reporter Justin Pora, Syracuse never looked back after the first set. Thanks so much, Sam. Now, from one hockey to the other, women's ice hockey has gotten off to another slow start this year, but they got into conference play earlier than ever before, and a weekend series against Lindenwood could be what the Orange needed to get back on track. And what a weekend it was. Either one of Syracuse's tilts against Lindenwood would have matched their scoring output in their first 3 games combined. And the power play was electric. The Orange went 4 for 8 with an extra skater, and special teams wins games. But that's against Lindenwood, not number 7 Cornell. At the John Reef Memorial, the number 10 men's team landed 7 runners in the top 8. Yeah, you heard that right. Freshman Matthew Scrape took home the individual win. Behind the top 7, 3 more runners finished in the top 20. And the number 25 women's team put 2 runners in the top 4. Kelsey Potts took 2nd, and Ava Scott finished 4th. The other 3 Orange runners were 10th, 13th, and 14th, and the ACC championships are up next for both squads. They're in Boston starting on Friday, October 26th.